In this video, we will be discussing the talking to the text video and how it applies to cognitive theories of learning. In general, cognitive theorists believe that language acquisition takes place in the same parts of the brain as learning. Therefore, the theorists see language acquisition as a similar process to general learning. While there are many theories included in the general label of cognitive theories of learning, there are several processes that are highlighted within these theories. These processes through which language acquisition or learning take place are perception, memorization, categorization, determination of patterns, and generalization. The talking to the text video shows a teacher having her students read and analyze a selected poem. First, she asks her students to scan the poem. This is an individual activity in which the students quickly scan the poem for ideas, questions, predictions, and connections that they can make between themselves and the poem. Then, students share their first impressions of the poem. This discussion is guided by the teacher, and as a class, the students share and discuss their observations. Next, the students go through and read the poem. This takes about 10 minutes and is an individual activity. Students read the poem and look out for roadblocks or any information they didn't understand. Finally, the students discuss what they read in the poem. This is a student-led activity in which the students discuss their roadblocks, things that jumped out at them, and the overall meaning of the poem in small groups.
There are two assumptions we found that are exemplified in the video. The first one is the noticing hypothesis. Second language learners could not begin to acquire a language feature until they had noticed it in the input. In the video, students have 10 minutes to read the poem by themselves and find out what makes them not understand. Some students highlighted words they don't understand, they took notes, they added some question marks everywhere they feel confused. The second one is the interaction hypothesis, because interacting with other speakers give learners an opportunity to get language development. Because in order to make themselves understood by others, learners are compelled to negotiate for meaning. They must produce comprehensible output, which means they need to break out the limits of their second language ability and to find better ways to express their meaning. So in the video, students discussed in the groups about their blocks encountered in the poem. They asked questions to each other and shared the feelings to the poem. Through this process, they not only learn from each other of new words they don't understand, but also get language skills improved. For example, a student asked the meaning of a mist. They first asked their partners in groups, and they didn't know it, so they looked it up in the dictionary. And finally, they asked help from teachers and from the whole class. They got a mist. Familial gatherings means in the middle of family gatherings. Another example is in one group, students discussed the different opinions of the poem. In order to express themselves clearly, they need to construct their sentence well. For example, student A asked, "Oh, what do you guys think about the poem?" And student B think, "Oh, I don't like it." And the student A asked why. Student B said, "It's like an autobiography."
There are two activities we created for students because we want cognition is not a result, it's a long story. So we want to see the student how they run the whole process. The first one is called group-based activities. There are 4 steps. The first one is we ask them to find the most difficult things they want to know more, because through this process they kind of notice the things they want to know. And then we let them vote to the top 10 activities they want to learn, because through this process they kind of sift what are the most important things for them. And then we group them, and each group choose a topic let them discuss. Because through this process, we kind of let them interact with each other, and then the last step is let them present in class, because we want to see what they know. So this is group-based activities. And then the second one, if why we created this activity, because we think some students are not fully confident for their presenting, so we created the individual-based activities. So we asked them to write a reflection about a poem, because through this process, the teacher will know what the student know, and they can see how they process knowledge and how they output the knowledge. So it's kind of another way to see how they run the whole process of cognition.